Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan Inspires, aka the little engineer that could, and welcome back to the YouTube channel where all we do is give practical advice on how we can engineer success in your life. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this with other people, and let's get straight into it today, y'all. Look, if you're trying to figure out how you can get better, look no further. I've done all the research. I've been going down that rabbit hole for quite some time, and I think I have the answer. Let's get into it. What up, y'all? Hey, look, as I said, there's something I've been saying to myself for quite some time now. Day by day and every way, I'm getting better and better. And in my mind, when I started this journey, I was thinking, yo, it has to be something that's going to be extravagant. I'm going to have to go up on a mountain and then come back down. I'm going to be this new, better, improved Ryan, right? I always thought it had to be something grandiose that was going to happen. And what I realized is, just like a basketballer who had to make some adjustments to his shot to go from 15 points average to 35, 30-point average, just like a sprinter may have to make a slight tweak to shave off, a second, half a second from their running. Just like a swimmer had to make adjustments to their stroke to be able to swim a little bit faster, or their breathing. Same thing with us. While, yes, a big shift might bring about huge change, what I realize is that small changes bring about big successes. And this is not a new theory, y'all. James Clear, who was the author of Atomic Habits, he had this theory called the 1%. And, he was saying 1%, getting better by 1% every day leads to big successes, big outcomes, major impact. And for me, I'm going to call it engineering your edge. Because I went down this whole thing because I wanted to have an edge. I want to have an edge on my day. I want to have an edge on my job. I want to have an edge in life. I want to have an edge in my marriage. I'm not talking about in the arguments. I want to have an edge in marriage itself, right? I want to be better at it. So we're going to call this engineering your edge. And what that would look like, that does not mean that you're making, again, big, grandiose changes. What that could look like in simple ways is just doing things, small things, to bring about big impacts, right? Or big changes or big wins. And for us, that might be as simple as going to bed 30 minutes earlier. I'm going to give you an example, right? So my wife came to me and she said, yo, babe, we really need to start getting to events, being on time for things, right? And in my head, I was like, why are you telling me this? But she was right. Sorry to say it. She was right. And I started to think about it. I'm like, yo, why is it that we always late for real? And in my head, I figured out what it was. So I don't know about y'all, but look, if I have to go somewhere and I look on the GPS and it says, yo, it takes 27 minutes to get there, in my head, it takes 20 minutes to get there. For some reason, I round down. And it's not taking you 20, it's taking 27 minutes if I'm in the car driving there, right? It doesn't account for walking outside, getting in the car, getting your kid in the car, putting on seatbelts, finding the right Spotify playlist, driving to the location, finding a park, hopping out, walking into the building, signing up, whatever it is. So now, as we prepare to become better and arrive early to events and work and etc., I'm not just calculating, I'm not rounding down anymore. I am honestly going through it in my mind. All right, it's going to take us about 10 minutes to get out of the house. It's going to take us about 20 minutes, 27 minutes. Whoa, see, I did it again. 27 minutes to get there. You're going to have to find a park. You're going to have to walk in the building. So, all right, that's 45 to 55 minutes. We're going to go with the higher number. You see how the thought process is now, right? Because I want to be better, I get into events. So, it's the same thing with us. Something simple as that. So as a 9 to 5 or a regular person, you're not an athlete, you're not trying to tweak your form or a routine for your swimming or your strike in your running, whatever it is. You're a regular person. What does that look for like the regular 9 to 5 person? How do you engineer your edge so that you can engineer success in your life? Well, it might look like going to bed a little bit earlier. It might look like getting your things ready the night before you go to work and having your clothes ironed the night before or having it ironed the week before. If you're trying to lose weight, it might be a simple change in not eating sweets. A simple change of, okay, instead of parking my car right by the entrance or the exit, I'm going to park my car further and get extra steps in. It might look like these small changes to your schedule, these small changes to your life. For instance, when I wanted to start reading the Bible, getting closer to God, the small change was an extra 20 minutes, getting up an extra 20 minutes earlier in the morning to do that. Again, big successes from these small changes. Think about it. What if you got your clothes ironed the week before? What would that look? What would your mornings look like if you had that extra time? You didn't have to do that in the morning. Or if you were trying to lose weight and you were parking your car, further away than right in front of the entrance. What would that look like for you? So these small things, ways of engineering your edge, are the things that we need to do in order to see those big impacts. It wouldn't come right as you do it, you get the big impact. But you keep doing it, you start seeing the results and you start realizing that small changes make big impacts, just like the basketballer, just like these athletes, right? So this is what I've been thinking about. Okay, how can I give people practical advice on how they can engineer their edge, get an edge up on your competition, get an edge up on their day, just a small edge, and each day you're getting better and better. Well, first, let's get into it. First, you have to identify where you are leaking. What I mean by that? Where are you falling short? What is it that is causing you to fall short? Are you undisciplined? Do you have no self-control? Are you procrastinating? What is it that is causing this blockage, that is causing you to not get better, right? And once you could identify where it is, maybe you like sweets, you're like me. Today in work, it was Cheesecake Day, and it took the strength of God. I mean, the strength of God, God, to not buy 2 slices of cheesecake. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't buy any, and it was very hard because it looked real good. Yeah, it looked real good. But when you have certain fitness goals that you're trying to accomplish, a small tweak might mean not eating sugars, not drinking sugars, watching your sugar intake, right? That might be one of it. That's one of mine. And a small tweak is not eating dessert. Damn, it hurts just saying it, but a small tweak, and hopefully we can see a big result, right? Getting better at that. So once you identify the leak, you have to make the adjustment. Now, I already gave away my adjustment. My adjustment is trying not to eat sweets. I'm not saying I'm not, because my parents are here, so I'm indulgent, but I went, I think it was 3 weeks without desserts. That's just a small change That don't take any money. It does take extra effort, but it doesn't take any money, it doesn't take any resources. A simple small tweak of not eating desserts. Simple. No drinking sodas, no eating desserts. So once you identify it, you make the adjustment. Okay? Now once you make the adjustment, you try it out. Do it for 7 days straight. A lot of people, they make this small change, they do it for 2 days and they fall off and they don't do it again because they don't see the results. Or, they think it's too hard. Push yourself, push past the pain, do it for 7 days, whatever that small adjustment is. If it's getting up early in the morning, if it's not touching your phone for the first hour of the day, whatever it is, do it for at least 7 days. Continue it for, I would say, give it 2 weeks. Once you're done with the 2 weeks and you feel like you have that down pack, add something onto it. All right, go ahead and add another edge onto that, a small habit, whatever it is, onto that one, and continue to engineer your edge. Now, the last thing that you have to do, and when I say you have to do this one, you have to do this one, and that is give yourself grace. Look, it's hard enough, life is hard enough, everything is crazy around the world. Make sure to give yourself some grace on this pursuit of getting better, because let me tell you something, things are going to change, things are going to happen to you, and you're going to have to be able to adjust, correct? But a lot of people could have such a high standard once they start off on this journey of personal development, getting better, and you start comparing yourself to other people, and now the bar is so high that you're getting better, but you don't feel you're getting better fast enough, or you don't think you're getting better in other people's standards of what better should be. So give yourself grace and be as realistic with the getting better, and understand that it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to go from 0 to 100 overnight. People make small tweaks. And for instance, a basketballer will make a small tweak to their jumper, and they're not going to go and score a triple double or score a higher average, higher points the next game. It's going to take some time. It's going to take them practicing, and that is actually getting better and better, because the more you practice it, the more you do it. That's why I said that 2 weeks and then add something to it. The more you do it, the more you practice it, the better you're going to become at it, the better you are going to become, and the closer you'll become to whatever that standard is you set for yourself. So, do I still reach the events late or reach late for things? Yes. But I am getting better, no doubt. I am getting better at estimating my time, because I'm no longer rounding down to the nearest 10 like a dummy. I am actually getting better at estimating how long it's going to actually take for me to get to places, and now I'm arriving on time or early. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. We have to do better. If you're not getting better, if you're not striving for greatness, as LeBron says, then what are you doing? What are you doing? So make sure you're getting better. Comment down below one thing, that's one area or one way you're going to engineer your edge. What is it that you're going to incorporate? Whether it is going to bed earlier, not touching your phone, you're going to take cold showers, whatever it is. What is the one thing you're going to do to try and give yourself an edge? How are you going to engineer your edge? Comment that down below based on what we talked about here today. And look, as always, I hope you stay inspired, stay focused, and continue to engineer success. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.